Letting go. I've, for the last couple of weeks, shared some videos here on YouTube about guilt, about shame, about toxic emotions like this, and also why it's so important to share things, experiences, things you've done from your past that's really holding you down, keeping you down. And I've shared my own stories. More to come probably. In this video, I'm going to share something about letting go, and it is something that actually is very close related with the guilt and shame emotions. And also, I'm going to share some insights that I had the last couple of days about exactly this topic. Now, the thing is, I actually, for this video, I took some notes, so I'm just gonna look down sometimes. I'm just letting you know, because I this morning, I don't know if this is a quote, but this thing came to me, and it sounds like this. I'm just gonna find it here in my notes. It sounds something like this that who we were should never define who we will be. Who we were should never define who we will be. I love this saying or quote or whatever it is, because the thing is that what happens to most people and what happened to me is that what we experienced is becoming a story, and for me, at least for many years, and the clients I help with this, it's becoming a story, but the story is like something that's deep inside. And some people say, how deep inside could that be? But when I say deep inside, it's something that it's kind of like hidden. We're not very, I was not very conscious, not very aware of what's going on, because all of these thoughts running around in my head. But the thing is that these things that we experience become a story, and that story is kind of like telling us how we should be in the future if we are not aware of this. So, and especially with these heavy energies like guilt and shame and the toxic emotions, things that are buried inside of us, like these things are there, and if we are not releasing it, if we are not letting go of that, it's going to be something that, and I speak from my own experience, it's going to be something that's really just a burden on our shoulders. And when we begin to release it, letting go of it, well, then we become lighter. Life becomes lighter. So the thing is, this letting go thing, from my experience, it's been very, like, for me, for some years, it's been something I was looking for, the things that I should let go of. And from my experience, at least, it's kind of like the universe or God or whatever you believe in. It's kind of just coming as it is coming. So I've had mentors helping me to find the things, but it was kind of like I was looking in the dark. I was blindfolded. I couldn't really figure out what is it. Why do I have this pain in my stomach? Why do I have this? I thought it was cancer. I thought it was something that I was sick of. But what I experienced was that I couldn't find it myself, but the universe helped me. The universe sent it, angels or devils or whatever you would call it, or experiences to me that where I could run away from them, which I've been doing most of my life, or I could actually look into all of that darkness. And when I did that, when I stopped running away and when I looked into the darkness, into the things that I didn't want to look into, the things that I was running away from before. When I did that, then things came to me. Then I looked into, okay, here's something that I didn't want to share before. Here's something that I'm feeling guilty of, that I'm feeling ashamed of. And what I experienced on that journey, and this was not happening from one day to the other day, but like 20 years of running away from something, or maybe like, let's say a month of really being with something and releasing it. Today, I'll just really go for that month. Even though it's more like intensive and it's more like um, when it goes on, it's really looking the fear in the eyes. But after, it feels much lighter. It feels much more free. The burden is taken off the shoulders. So, coming back to that pain in the stomach, actually, now I forget all about my notes, but coming back to that pain in the stomach, what happened for me is it was in my solar plexus, and it became more and more like a ball, like a dark ball being there, and it was painful sometimes. And I thought it was a sickness. But as I began to release the emotions, what I've experienced is actually that it kind of dissolved itself. So, and that's also when I talk about burden, it kind of really like dissolved itself. So I still experience sometimes that I got some emotions that's not like, oh, I love this emotion inside. But I also experienced that black, heavy, dark ball did like this. So, and that's what I hope this makes sense. That's the whole picture that I have of releasing and letting go. So, what I also want to say is, I want to share is from my experience now. I did this before. I was a gangster in my teens and late teens. I became a businessman, a career-driven person, and then I became an entrepreneur myself. And then, as you've been seeing with my videos on this channel, which has been like on and off for me with my own journey here, then I became much more aware, much more conscious, and even more spiritual. And I know there is a lot of like pictures, whoever we are, about what is spirituality and all of that, but that's my journey. And now, for the last couple of weeks, I needed to let go of something, because this was something holding me back into who I were. And something new is about to unfold. And for me to really unfold that something new, I need to let go of the past. So, short story, when I got from my 1.5 million US dollar debt and to debt free, to do that, I created a cleaning company, and I ended up with 60 people in my team, and I did pretty good, and that was in only 4 years. And from that, I took my experience and put some strategies and names on it, and then I created a program called Business Accelerator. And this was a program for experienced entrepreneurs who were in the same position as I've been before. Now, this has been holding me back, because this program, my clients, they created more than 3.5 million US dollars in new sales in a couple of years, and I have more than 50 clients. It was high ticket, people paying a good amount of money for entering that program. And I liked it, I liked helping them, but I wasn't really aligned with that. I shared that in other videos. So, but it was something like I spent a lot of my years have been in that program. A lot of my experiences was in that program. A lot of my clients was in that program. So I really like hang on to it, even though I didn't promote it anymore. I hang on to it. It was kind of my identity. So this has been growing for me, and what I wanted to share in this video was also that this letting go thing. It's for me. I took my own medicine. So this week I've been sharing with my email list, people actually entering because of a post that I did and letting them see about my business accelerator. This week I've been sharing that now it's time to let it go. So today was my final day, final notice to my email list that till tonight, midnight, and then I'm gonna close the door and I'm gonna actually release it and let that program go. And it's been difficult, and it's been something that I kind of like didn't want it to, but then I was also actually seeing that it's just me holding on to the past now. I don't know what's going to happen in the future. I'm not knowing if I'm going to create new programs, what they're going to be, but I do know that, like I said and shared before, that the the past shouldn't define who we were, shouldn't define who we're going to be. So I hope this makes sense. I hope this somehow, I feel like sharing it, and if it resonates with me, I would really love, if it resonates with you, obviously, I would really love for you to just think a moment about what do you actually need to let go of. And it could be anything. It could be an identity about being having too much fat on the body, or needing to drink alcohol, or needing to be a very, very tough, hustling entrepreneur, or busy entrepreneur, or whatever it is. Is there something new awaiting for you, waiting for you that you want to dive into? And then is there something that you need to let go of? Just share that in the comment if you feel like it. So I'm MichaelPluszek. I am the conscious entrepreneur here, but I don't know what the future will bring. I am open to it now. And if you like this that I'm speaking about, my energy, whatever, please give it a like, please give it a heart, please do comment. And also make sure to subscribe if you want to get noticed when there's new videos from me. And that's it from here. Make it a great one. Bye bye.